Hi guys, how are you doing? Well, so what I want to go through now is setting up your pro version of ManyChat. Now, essentially speaking, it is quite a simple process, but I found it quite confusing when I first started, and I assume that most people do find it quite confusing understanding what ManyChat is and why it's actually so powerful as a means to, first of all, get leads, but then also to nurture those leads over long term or even short to medium term so that you can actually convert them into clients, even if they're not ready to convert as soon as they opt into whatever funnel process that you've got going. So what I'm going to do is very quickly share my screen, and I'll show you why the pro version is better than the free version. Although the free version has a lot to offer, the pro version has some important benefits that set it apart from the pack. Well, not set it apart from the pack, but make it quite easy. So we got one gym here. They've got 143 active subscribers. Now, the first thing to note with ManyChat is it's a little bit like, well, it is essentially like an email list, but for Facebook Messenger. So at any time, Beck here, who obviously runs the gym Raw by Beck, can message 143 people who have opted into her prior offer all at once. So it's a really powerful way to reach out to your customers and build an email list. But here's how you want to set up a pro ad, okay? So for our page, we've got a pro version. It's $10 US a month, I'm pretty sure. So it's not expensive. We've got 29 active subscribers. We've had a fair few unsubscribes. It also gives you a chance to know what people are interested in and what they're not. And you can also see here, the least formal broadcast that we did got the highest click-through rate. And now the click-through rate's pretty high compared to email. And the read rate's obviously a lot higher. But we're trying to weed out, in our list anyway, the number of people who are not qualified or don't fit our avatar, which is, you know, these are all active people. So this is good. We've got rid of all of the dodgy leads. Cool. Anyway, so the growth tools. What you want to do is when you set up an ad with Facebook, is you want to go to growth tools, and you do not want to click ads here. You do not click ads, which is counterintuitive. But the reason why is because the way that ManyChat populates the ad within the Facebook platform is buggy right now. See, it's in beta. It doesn't work. So what you want to do instead is go to new growth tool, and you want to do JSON Facebook ads, okay? So JSON Facebook ads is basically this. You go proceed with JSON growth tool, and you want to go to, well, the opt-in message is basically what people say when they've clicked on your ad. And now this is actually where I should open up a little mind map so I can really extrapolate what is happening here. And you can understand the terminology I'm using with ManyChat. So I'll just go to Google Drive, authorize. We'll just log in here, create a new diagram, call it ManyChat. And I actually provide this diagram for you guys to download. So the first thing to recognize is that JSON equals a code language. So that's what JSON means. Now, in terms of naming conventions, in ManyChat, we have a few different things. So we have growth tool. Actually, instead of using words, we're going to use boxes here. So growth tool equals a funnel or opt-in method to bring people into your ManyChat list. So a growth tool could be a variety of different things. So it could be an ad. It actually could be a link that brings people into the ManyChat bot, and many people use the link in their ads to bring people into the bot. So a growth tool, so as an example, could be a referral URL, which is basically a link. You could use a we'll just populate it here. It could be a ref URL. It could be a JSON ad. Just make it all the same size. We'll just go here again. It could be a comment to ManyChat funnel, all sorts of things. So these are the primary ones that I've used before, which I find are really powerful. So a ref URL is basically this. So if you go to Growth Tools here, you can go back to Growth Tools, and you can go New Growth Tool, and you can click Messenger Ref URL. So what you can do is actually get, first of all, create the opt-in message. So the opt-in message is, so you can see here, so we've got here, opt-in message equals the first message people get when they interact with your growth tool with your growth tool method. So as an example, I'll just put this here, opt-in message. So when people click on the referral URL, they'll get sent to the opt-in message that you've assigned to that referral URL. Or if it's a JSON ad, they'll get through to the opt-in message. Now, here's the caveat. People must click a button or quick reply in your opt-in message within your growth tool to be added to your list. So an example could be this. We'll go back to ManyChat here. So we've got the growth tool here. We'll go back to growth tools again, and we're going to go new growth tool, and we're going to make it a messenger ref URL. Okay, so we'll click this. Now what it essentially will do is you'll create the opt-in message. So it could be something like this. Hey there. Do you want to grab the 7-day free pass offer, which expires in 24 hours? You know what? It's actually better. Instead of writing it too formal, you could say something like this. So that makes it seem, you want to make it seem with these things that they're very personal. So, hey, just checking, you could even, just checking, you want to grab the 7-day free pass. It expires in 24 hours. So that's good. And then the way that they respond to that is you could go quick reply or add button. So you could just have a quick reply and just say yes. And now when they click yes, you need to start another flow. And now this is where things can get a bit tricky, because once they've actually clicked yes, they're opted into your ManyChat bot, but they need to go into a flow, okay? So we've got here the growth tool, the opt-in message, and then the caveat. Oh, who's on here? Jimmy. Hey, Jimmy, how are you?
Hey, how's it going?
I just saw it. How long have you been on for?
38 seconds.
Okay, cool. Well, I'll just keep going because I'm actually like deep diving into the ManyChat stuff. So this is actually quite relevant for you. So I'll just mute you and I'll just keep going. So I'll just backtrack just for your sake. Okay.
Okay, cool.
So just to recap, so the three tools I recommend with ManyChat are the ref URL, which is basically a link which funnels the user into the ManyChat bot, a JSON ad, which is the only viable method of connecting your bot to an ad, and then the comment to ManyChat funnel, which is where you create a post, and when people comment on that post, it triggers your ManyChat bot, which then sends them an opt-in message. So the process is, to understand the naming conventions, we've got the growth tools, which is a method you use to funnel people into your chatbot, which could be like a landing page, little chat pop-up. It could be a landing page bar at the top of the screen. And it could be one of these three methods here as well, which is like a referral URL, a JSON ad, comment to ManyChat funnel, and so forth. So once they've gone through the growth tool with one of these methods, they then get sent an opt-in message. Now, the purpose of the opt-in message, which you're creating in the ManyChat bot here, is to actually just get them to click through. And once they've clicked through and said yes to your opt-in message, they get sent to what's called a flow. And a flow is basically just a follow-up message, and it's a confirmation that they've actually subscribed to your bot. So in this example, we've created the opt-in message to be, hey, just checking you want to grab the 7-day free pass. It expires in 24 hours. And then you've got, to get them to respond, you can either add a button or you can do a quick reply. So I've done a quick reply here. So what it looks like on the phone is it just has a little yes here and people can just press it and that's it, which is really cool. So once they've clicked yes, they then get sent to a flow, and the flow is where they've opted into your chatbot, and the flow is essentially a follow-up message. So what we could do here is select a flow, and we could just call the flow, let's just say educational soft sell, okay? So right now, when they get sent to the educational soft sell, they get sent this message, okay? So this message is a default message, which we need to change. So we're going to go back to the growth tool that we're working on, which is growth tool 17. We might actually change this to ManyChat. Vital example. And okay, so it's changed the opt-in message that we had here. So maybe this is not the correct growth tool. So yep, we'll just go back to the growth tool 16. Okay, so it didn't save before, which is frustrating. So let me just check it's not growth tool 12 either. Nope, it's not. So let's just go back to growth tools again. We'll just go new growth tool. Again, ref URL, which is just a link to the ManyChat bot. Now what you can say is go here, change the message to, hey, just checking, you want to grab the 7 or the free 7-day. It's good to make it not too perfect here so it looks like a real person. That expires tomorrow. You'll get a higher opt-in rate if you write it humanly. And then you want to either do a quick reply or add button. So do a quick reply yes. And we'll start another flow. So I'll select the flow to start. And I'll select the flow, which will be the educational soft sell, which we need to change later. So I'll select that flow. Cool. And then it's basically ready to publish. So what you can do is just close this. Just going to publish it. Now what we'll do is we'll go back to here and we'll name it 7-day pass example, just so we don't get confused next time we go back to the growth tools on the toolbar. And we're going to change the opt-in. Okay. Please save widget. So we'll just save. I'm just going to change this here. I want to change this name to hey, just checking. So now we've got all the naming conventions correct. And now to get it set up, so now we can see the 7-day pass example in the list of growth tools. To get it set up, we can go set up, and here's the link. So copy the URL to the keyboard, and we're going to go into and just test it. So we can literally just test the link now. What happens is you'll get sent to Messenger. And there we have it. It says, hey, just checking, you want to grab the free 7-day pass that expires tomorrow. And then it's got the yes option there. And then you click yes. And it sent you to the flow. And now the flow needs to be updated, because right now it's still the default message, which is make your message educational, but find a soft way to mention your product. So what you want to do is go back to here. And now we've figured out that the growth tool is fixed. We just need to go to the flow and change it. So remember we had the flow, which was the educational soft sell down here. So what you want to do is just change it to something like this. We'll edit this flow. I'm going to say, hey. So just check. Oh, we've got 2 more participants. So we got Tim and Basona. Hope you guys are doing really well. Tim, if I'll just mute your thing. So once you've done that, you want to go, hey, thanks for jumping in on the 7-day pass. Just letting you know spaces are filling quickly. To book in to secure your spot. This gives a bit of urgency. To secure your spot, click yes, or click book call, or you could just say yes below. And now what that does is it prompts people to actually, I'm going to click yes, and then you actually want to send them to here. Additional action, you want to send them to it's not letting me send them to a, maybe you can't do it on a quick reply, because I want to send them to a, just hide this here, delete. I want to send them to a website. So I'm going to click yes, and now what you can do is send them to your booking page, which could be Calendly. And so what's happening here, if we go back up to here, is you've done the opt-in message, it then gets sent to the flow, and the flow says something like this: hey, to secure your spot, book in call. And we'll just make that a little bit smaller. And then what that then does is bumps them to Calendly, which is the end goal, basically. You want to get them to book and call. Now, the effectiveness of this method will depend on the script you're using, and obviously the process of getting them into the funnel works. So that is with a ref URL link. The other way you can do it, which I'll go through really quickly, is through a JSON ad. And what you do with the JSON ad is you go like this. So if we'll go back to here, you want to make sure you publish the flow. We can go to, just checking who's still online, Persona and Jimmy. So Tim's off. We can go to growth tools again, new growth tool, and we're going to go through to JSON. Facebook as JSON, proceed with JSON growth tool. And now literally all you're doing with the JSON growth tool is you're obviously creating the opt-in message, which could be the same. Hey, to get your 7-day pass, click below. And what I'd recommend here is instead of doing the button, we'll just get rid of this button. Just do a quick reply, make it yes, and then start another flow. Select another flow. So we'll just do the same flow that we did for the ref URL, which is that the hey, the educational soft sell, which is hey, thanks for jumping in. Select that flow, yes. And then you can publish it. That's all you need to do. And then what you do is you then go back to the growth tool 19, which is the JSON. We'll make it the JSON tool. And then you want to go set up. And what you want to do is copy this code here. So you copy the code to your keyboard. And we're going to go to here. And if we created an ad, and go to Ads Manager, just check where my phone's gone. I'm going to go create. Get rid of this thing. Go to messages. So start over. Go to messages here. So I don't even know which ad account this is, but I'll just show you what you need to do here. So assume you've got all your targeting correct in your ad setup. In your ad setup, sorry. Man, let me get rid of this. Taking up a lot of Zoom group chat. No. Okay. So what you want to do is that the JSON growth tool code that we copied, what you do is you go down to the messenger setups. You've set the campaign objective as message. So then you need to go to the ad level, go to the messenger setup here in ad level, and then go to custom template, right? Or we'll go standard template actually, edit. And then it's not showing, okay, cool. So you want to go to custom template, sorry, and then go to get started. It's just changed the formatting here. And you go to JSON, and then you just delete all the existing code in JSON and copy and paste the code that you took from the growth tool here. So I'll just backtrack here. So go to the growth tool that we set up, which is the JSON. Okay, proceed with JSON growth tool. You go to setup, copy the code, ads manager, ad level, messenger setup. Just get out of here. Yeah, it's fine. Get out of, yeah. And you want to go down to messenger setup. You click custom template, get started, go into the JSON level, get rid of the existing code, copy and paste, and then finish. Now, what will happen is that whenever anyone clicks the call to action on the ad, which could be anything, like in this example, you can make it subscribe, apply now, all this sort of stuff. Anytime they click on it, they will get sent into the chatbot. And then the chatbot will then send them the opt-in message, which is, hey, do you want the free pass? They then do the quick reply, yes. And then it gets sent to the flow, and the flow sends them the follow-up message, which is, hey, Name, thanks for opting in. If you want to book your call and secure your spot, here's the link. And they get sent the button to click through to like a booking page, like Calendly. So that's how it works. Now, if they don't book in, what actually happens, which is really cool, and I'll use another gym as an example here, is the users who opt in get saved. And what you can do is go to broadcast and send them a message at any time you want. So you can go new broadcast. Now the trick here, yeah, okay, cool, that's good. It's just to write through what you want them to do. And it's the same process as setting up like a flow or an opt-in message. You can say, hey guys, just letting you know, 7-day free pass, there's 3 left. If you want to get it, click yes below, and then they click yes, and then they get bumped to a Calendly page. or they've simply clicked yes in Messenger and you can contact them in Messenger. I would recommend doing both, so you get an opportunity to book them in for a call or interact with them on Messenger. So stop share, and now you can see my face. How are you guys?
Good, thanks.
Good stuff. Have you got any questions?
Always lots of questions. Yeah. Oh, nothing really specific. Yeah, for me, it's just more about continuing to test my ads at the moment. Yeah, and I kind of want to know, like, in terms of like this whole journey of of doing all this campaign stuff, like where where I'm at the moment, like how far I am off to like really optimizing everything as well, because I feel like it's been a little bit of a slow process in terms of testing it all, and still haven't really found the right, probably the sweet spot of getting the right cost of leads, but then also getting the right kind of leads as well. Like even though there hasn't been that many have come through, there's been 13. I've booked 3 consults with them. One's supposed to come this morning at 12, but that was booked a week ago. And I sent a confirmation yesterday and one again this morning, no reply yet. So the likelihood of them coming in, I already thought from a week, from 1 week before, they might get a little bit cold by that time. And the kind of response that I'm getting, I'm really struggling to get into contact with people. Like I had a lead come through last night. That was at 9 o'clock, and then I sent them a text message straight away to say, "Hey, just got your lead, just got your interest in the 28-day health kickstart program. Are you free to have a 5-minute chat now by any chance?" And then no response to that. So I think the quality of the leads as well hasn't been as great, which I would have suspected as well, because it's just going to a lead form. There's not a whole heap of information on the ad as well. So I don't know whether for me I'm going to end up having to go through a bit more of an informative approach from the start. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we should book an individual call just to look at what levers we can pull.
I think so.
I think because we re-engaged the new ads. It'll be interesting to see how they go.
And even with adding that new teeth to stuff to it as well, I'm not sure whether you've had a chance to look over it, and whether you thought that was much of a good change or not as well. So again, that might be good to have a call for that.
Yeah, let's have a call, Tim, and we can have a look at what's happening.
Yeah.
I reckon that's probably the best way to go here.
Yep.
Jamie, have any questions?
Yeah, I got a question for you. So if we have other ads running that are doing decently well, do these messengers fill in like a specific type of niche, or are we going to be testing these in parallel with the other ones that we already have and just kind of seeing which one wins? Like, why would we want to also do this?
Well, for you, it was a matter of scaling horizontally and adding a high ticket offer. And a way we were going to do that was using ManyChat.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess what we could do is test it with the ManyChat platform, and then just see how it goes from there. So it's a matter of defining what offer you want to run, and then using ManyChat to do that, because ManyChat's a good way to collect leads. And this is good for Tim as well, if you're struggling to get in contact with leads on lead form, which Tim seems to be the only one so far that's struggling. Carol's managed she's getting about a 25% conversion, but even she's moved to Messenger because it's tending to be a better way to engage with them, because you've got their information on Facebook, you can contact them when you want, that sort of thing. That's where you would want to use it. So simply A, it would be to run another offer, and B, using a different method so that you can actually start to get more of a developed approach to how you're generating leads than just like a lead form. Like it's sort of the step before you'd actually set up a funnel.
Yeah. Yeah.
Basona, do you have any questions?
Cool. Understood.
No, not really. I'm I'm far from what you talked about, so most of it I really didn't understand. But I guess we can talk about it later.
Yeah, we can talk about it later. Guys, I'm really sorry. I'm going to have to actually cut the call short just because I'm trying to manage the extra things that James would have done. But what I recommend, I think I've got a call with Persona you later today. I've got a call, Jimmy, with you sometime this week with your team. And Tim, what I'll do is I'll send you a link to book in a fulfillment call and we can try and fix up the ads and see what's happening there. Does that sound okay?
Yeah, sounds good.
All right. Thanks, guys. I'll speak to you really soon. I'll send you the link, Tim, and we'll go from there.
Yep, cool. Awesome.
Will this be saved so I can jump in and review it when I set this up?
Yeah, I'm recording it, so I'll send you the links as soon as it gets populated on the cloud.
Cool. All right, I'll get to it.
All right, dude. I'll speak to you soon.